It's-a me! And it's March the 10th, which means it's Mario Day. And to celebrate our favorite Goomba-stomping plumber, we're teaming up with Adafruit to bring you a speedrun teardown of the Alarmo clock. Adafruit is one of the best places on the internet to learn about electronics, aside from iFixit of course. They sell all kinds of kits and components for makers and have awesome tutorials for electronics skills. They've got everything you need to build a realistic sounding Han Solo blaster or scare your guests with a creepy blinking eye display. They are the perfect teammates to help us figure out what makes this alarm clock tick. It's more than just the clock. Nintendo has managed to gamify getting out of bed. You can pick a friendly character to wake you up, but if you don't get up quickly, the final boss might pay you a visit. While we're showing you what's inside the Alarmo clock, if you ever wanted to hack, mod, or explore the chips that make the Alarmo work, then Adafruit has just the video for you, and we'll have a link to their video in the description below. In the meantime, grab your power-ups, saddle your Yoshi, because we're going to find out if this clock is repairable and fit for Princess Peach, or if it's a ticking time bomb that is going to ruin your day. Let's get to it. First things first, let's see what makes this clock tick. Thanks to our Lumafield Neptune CT scanner, we can get a preview of what's inside Nintendo's Alarmo, and it's a lot of empty space. Aside from the large mainboard and LCD in the front, it seems like the only other thing we can see is the speaker. Maybe all that empty space is helping increase the volume on the alarm for those of us who sleep like a baby. True to Nintendo heritage, the only visible exterior screw is a tri-point screw on the bottom of the faceplate, which turns counterclockwise to release. I'll disconnect the single JST style connector and ribbon cable to fully separate the faceplate from the rest of the body. Quick and easy, like stomping a Goomba. Hiding under the screw is a button cell CMOS battery, the one-up mushroom of clock memory. This little battery is responsible for saving settings in event of a power outage, but doesn't power the clock independently. To use this thing, it's gotta be plugged in. Next up, we're removing the ribbon cable leading to the LCD, followed by 3 Phillips screws securing the PCB to the rest of the device. Next, the plastic battery holder comes away with a couple of screws on either side of the USB-C port. And I love how Nintendo actually labeled the battery type right on the holder. No need for detective work here. It takes a CR2032, a classic. Next, we'll remove the main board and the plastic support that it sits on, revealing the LCD. Behind the screen is where the 24 GHz millimeter wave transmitter and sensor sits. That's essentially a little radar that enables movement detection in Alarmo. This is the sensor that lets you snooze Alarmo with a wave or end it by getting out of bed. This one's a little tricky. I'm trying not to resort to isopropyl alcohol on the glue for fear of damaging the screen. No superstar power-ups to make this part invincible. The screen pries up, and it's just a simple 2.4-inch LCD panel. Nothing fancy going on here. Nothing left to see up front, so let's dig into the rump of the clock. I've got 3 deeply recessed screws and some adhesive on the flex cable to deal with. That gets me the speaker housing, which is basically an empty plastic cup, and the speaker itself. We're almost at the flagpole, but before we wrap up, I want to take a closer look at the circuitry on that top button. 2 Phillips screws release the entire top button assembly. Another 2 screws get me to the PCB underneath, which leads to a couple of plastic brackets that catch my eye. The center of that clear bracket has a magnet, meaning the PCB we just removed has a Hall sensor. And that makes sense, the only input method on this clock is a rotary button, and a Hall sensor is a great way to make sure it lasts a long time. Hall sensors use a magnet and a flat conductor that's sensitive to magnetic fields instead of a resistive pad. They're a lot more resistant to wear for that reason. That reminds me, there's another Nintendo product that could really benefit from Hall sensors, but I just can't quite remember what. This was a really fun teardown that paid homage to one of our favorite video characters that's near and dear to our hearts, and the Alarmo clock itself is a fun way for both kids and adults to wake up in the morning.